Morning. Sorry, a couple of minutes late this morning. Had a few technical difficulties to sort out, but I am live. I think I'm live. Yes, I am. Excellent. Hey everyone. Welcome. Welcome to another edition of Will OBS Crash or Not? Is the sound quiet? No? No, sound shouldn't be. Not changed anything. Let me just have a look. Maybe how's that? Is that a bit better? Better? Okay, cool. Yeah, weird. My system settings for my microphone was turned down. Okay, cool. Awesome. Hi, everyone. Wow, a bit blinded by my lights this morning. And pitch black outside, and it was 3 degrees here at the moment. Well, it was 3 degrees when I woke up. So I'm a little bit cold. And what's with my lighting today? I don't know. I look like I'm in the dark and in the light. Oh well. Yeah, no, I haven't replaced the lamp. No, it's still off. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Still off. Still no pick and place. It's in Melbourne, but maybe you can see. Can't really see. Hang on. Everyone, I'm moving the camera. No one be sick. No one be sick. I've got a few boxes of feeders. They are all of my new Yamaha feeders. So, sorry, gotta get the camera right again. And now the cable's in front of the screens. So I got lots of boxes to open. Yay! Where are the chickens? What? Oh, the feeders, the chickens. Oh. That's funny. No, not really. So, although I'm running a little bit late this morning, I'm going to skip doing a full shout out to everyone in the chat like I normally do. I have something to say. Something I want to talk about. I spent a lot of time trying to work out if I was going to stream or not this week. And if I streamed, what I was going to stream about. Before last week's stream, which I did like as a business as usual stream, I pretty much told myself that my voice doesn't matter. And so I just did a normal stream. But with what's been going on over the last week or so, you know, my voice does matter. Everyone's voice matters. And I truly believe that being silent is being complicit. And I don't want to be complicit. So I want to say something. I mean, Black Lives Matter. Right? Not just in America, not just in Australia. Black Lives Matter on the entire planet. And I think as a species, right, we've all been complicit in an ongoing, like a targeted discrimination and brutality against our fellow human beings based on the color of their skin. And it's enough. It's got to end. It's got to stop. So I just want to say, like, we all need to be more thoughtful. I think we all need to speak up more. We all need to start doing the right thing. We've all got a voice, and it's going to take all of our voices to create change. And we need to create change. We need to do things differently. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. So, I'm not making this a political stream. That's all I want to say on the topic. I didn't want to let it go, and I didn't want to not stream and be another silent voice. So I just urge everyone to speak up, let everyone hear your voice, and let's start making a change. Okay, that's it. That was my serious bit. I'm sure the rest of it's just going to go downhill from here, especially if I'm going to try to build this PCB. Christos is asking what happened. Look on social media and you know what's happened. So I'm going to ask that everyone in the chat is respectful today. Respectful of each other. Respectful of everyone's opinions, because everyone's entitled to their opinions, whether we all agree with them or not. But I ask everyone, just be more thoughtful and use your voice. Okay, that's it. That's what I wanted to say. Just quickly, for those of you that... I'm not talking about being vocal in the chat, Johnny. Yes, you are all vocal in the chat. You know that's not what I mean. Thanks, Julian. For those that didn't catch John Ox's stream on Sunday, Sunday 10 o'clock Australian time, he did a pretty full-on stream. Go watch it if you get some time. Yeah. Highly recommend you go and watch it. Okay, so... No worries, folks. Okay. Sorry. I need to break out of serious mode now. J-Tax. Is that actually really your last name? It's funny. Not funny. Funny. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Absidy, I'm going to say. They say on one question, how do you clean your Flux and Me Pcbs without getting them sticky? I use an ultrasonic cleaner to clean my Flux, but I also use this sometimes. I find that IPA isn't great for cleaning off Flux. Personally, it leaves residue and whatever. I've got some of this. Cleanium. Deflux. It's really hard to see with the reflection. Deflux it. Flux remover. It's got like an orangey smell to it. Bit like Tang, but you don't want to drink it. So I use that. That's actually pretty good. But yeah, look, it's really hard to clean off Flux if you're not going to use an ultrasonic cleaner. No, it's not a great cleaner in general. Like, it leaves sticky and it leaves bits, and yeah. Okay. I should really put that away. That's going to end up staying on my desk now for 2 weeks. Yeah, IPA leaves PCB sticky. So I use another Cleanium product in my ultrasonic cleaner. It's a water-based cleaner specifically for ultrasonic cleaners. It really depends. What you put on depends on what type of paste you're using and what type of flux is in the paste. And although Bitlooney swears by it, he uses IPA in his ultrasonic cleaner. You should not use IPA in your ultrasonic cleaner. And it really depends on the board you're using, like what's on the boards. Flash. You don't want me to sing, trust me. Got a terrible voice. Yeah, you want to, like, depends what's on the board. Like, with my tiny picos, with those antennas, like, I get corrosion on the antennas if I try to clean them with anything other than a proper cleaner. Um, you also get issues in your USB pads. You got to be very careful if you're going to use an ultrasonic or any type of cleaning, but especially an ultrasonic cleaner, and you don't use the right chemical. What you get is, as the chemicals come off the board, right, as it's like the stuff gets agitated because of the ultrasonic cleaning, and so the chemicals are supposed to like come up, out, off into the liquid. But depending on your rotation of the board and how many you got in there, you can get the chemicals that come off, the garbage that comes off, can get stuck in crevices, and so you can actually get build up in the tiny little pads on your USB. You can get little white powder build-ups in there, or between pins on a chip. So you got to be very careful with an ultrasonic cleaner. Savior of the PC. Does the ultrasonic cleaner clean under MCU pins? Well, it won't clean under a soldered pin. Like, yeah, an ultrasonic cleaner, if you're using the right cleaning solution for your flux, and you clean it for the right amount of time, it will try to get into all those crevices and clean it out. I don't do 2 runs. No, I go straight from the ultrasonic cleaner into the sink, and I use straight, plain tap water to rinse off the boards. There is no need to use distilled water or whatever it's called to clean off the boards afterwards, because I'm using a water-soluble cleaner for water-soluble paste or flux. It comes off, and just normal tap water is fine, and you don't leave it. Don't say no. You don't leave it in a bowl of water. You know what I mean? You use running water, not still water, and you rinse it off, you shake it out, and then I put them straight into the oven to dry off quickly. Deionized or distilled water, but it doesn't need it. If you need to soak it, if you want to go from the ultrasonic cleaner into a soak, then you have to stick it in some form of distilled water. But you can absolutely put it under running water, and anyone tells you can't put it under running water hasn't spoken to the chemists at Cleanium that make the cleaning solution. And I have. I've spoken to them in depth, because I was having corrosion issues on my antenna, and I was having some problems, and we found the right solution that was for my paste, and running tap water is fine. Let me rephrase it. If you're in a region where you've got really hard water, it depends on the water, okay? Sorry. If you're in a region that's got really high chlorinated water, no, you don't want to do that. Or if you're in a region that's got really hard water, you don't want to do that. I'm lucky where our water, we can just drink it from the tap. We've got very clean water here. And so it needs to be clean water. Sorry, I need to preface that. It's easy for me to just say, yeah, underwater's no problem, and I forget that around the world everyone's got different types of water, right? A standard dishwasher works great. A dishwasher, it depends on the board. Right, if you've got hard water, or you've got, I know in South Australia, they've got or they used to have a little bit of chlorine in their water to clean the water. Yeah, you wouldn't want to put that. What's RO unit? I don't know what that means. I can stand a spoon up in a glass fresh out of the tap. You can not, James. But sure. Yeah, you got to be very careful. Reverse osmosis. Okay, I don't even know what that is. There you go. Have I heard of rosin-based? Have I ever used rosin-based flux? I have. I mean, a lot of flux is actually rosin-based, and you don't even realize. Or solder that's got rosin-based flux. Like most normal solder that you just pick up, like this, that you use, is rosin-based. Unless they specify other woods, they're generally rosin-based, and that's rosin. That's so what I'm looking for. It's acid. It's a natural acid, right? And what have I... Sorry, there's a lot of chat that's gone past and it's got my name in it and I've missed most of it, so I apologise. Does South Australia still have bad water? I don't know. I mean, it's been a very long time since I've been there. I remember as a child, I used to go there a lot with my family. And yeah, the water was pretty yuck. Like, I couldn't drink it. Chat stopped? Who stopped? Also be aware that some flux removers left some residue that is conductive. You only notice when you measure. Well, it depends on the flux remover, I guess. You need to make sure that you're matching, like if you're going to use an ultrasonic cleaner, you're matching the whatever you're cleaning it with to the paste and the flux you're using. So if you're using a non-water based flux in your paste, then you should be using a chemical cleaner, not a water based cleaner. If you don't, then you're going to get residue either direction. But chemical based cleaners are disgusting, right? They're dangerous. You can't just tip them down the sink when you're finished. They've got to be disposed of properly, and they stink, like really badly. So, yeah, you got to match them, and I didn't know that at the start. Yeah, STG did a video about that a while ago. Unfortunately, not in time for me. I went through this process with just after the campaign with Tiny Pico, and I wasn't aware at the time that. Like I was getting some issues with my cleaning and the cleaner, and I didn't know what it was, and so I tried all sorts of different things. But at the end of the day, like I tried cleaning in distilled water afterwards, cleaning it off, rinsing it off with methylated spirits, all sorts of different things that I read about online. But it was as simple as I was using the wrong cleaning solution for the paste I was using. It's as simple as that. And when I got the right cleaner, everything worked great. Which is why for my high temp paste, I moved to a water-based paste, a water-based SAC 305 instead of a no clean, and yeah, it made a huge difference. Okay, so I've not even turned my camera on. Wow, it's one of those days, folks. Time to solder? Well, maybe. So I've got my new boards. These are the first revision, which I did on the stream, of my Multi Board Tester. Now, I don't have any daughter boards yet. I've not even ordered the Tiny Pico Nano board that I did, on my last stream. But what I will do is show you all what it looks like. Just bear with me a second. And the reason I haven't ordered it is I was planning on making the daughter board. That was the hardest daughter board to make. I was planning on making the daughter board for the Feather and the Pro S2 first and get them all made at the same time. And then I got sidetracked, and then it didn't happen. Surprise, surprise. But let me show you how the Nano daughter board turned out, because it actually came up pretty well. God, why does it keep turning my grid on? I'm not going to have a pitch about Eagle today, I promise. Okay, so here's the board. I'll just do a render of it. So it came up pretty well, I think. I put a cutout here on the side, so that will allow me to get my finger in to grab the board and pull it out. So the PCB hangs over the edge. So that's kind of important. And everything else on there, I added an LED to the status light, so I can visually detect that the LED, that the charge state is working. And for those that, I think I mentioned it last week when I was doing that, but I did end up putting the LiPo connector and the load switch to turn on and off the LiPo onto my testing board, so I can test that these things run off battery okay. So yeah, this is sitting in my shopping cart right now, but I haven't ordered it yet. Lots of through holes, yes. Very little on there. And yeah, lots of through holes. Okay, so what I need to do is put together this board. The problem is going to be, hang on, let me see if I can get this camera up. I forgot to set it up before chat started, before the stream started, so it won't know my camera is there. It will now. Yay. Okay, so the problem's going to be, not only, let me just get in a bit, not only do I not have a daughter board to put on this to test this is working easily, but I don't really even have, really? Focus? Come on. Why is my focus not working? What can I focus on? Oh, did that focus? Okay, I'm gonna lock it. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. I'm going to, but I also don't have a, I've got a Raspberry Pi I can plug it into. I've only got one header left to go here, and I don't know if I want to, I could always take it off again if I want to commit to putting it on this board, and then if there's a problem with the board, having to solder it back off again is going to be a pain. So the headers I use, let me just get a box. Hang on. Excuse me. Okay, so now what am I missing in chat? And why is my computer sounding like it's going to take off? How many unexpected makers does it take to change a light bulb? I don't know. How many, James? Was there an answer to that joke? None? You keep forgetting to use ABE's magic words on the camera. Is there magic words? Oh, Fred, no swearing on the channel, please. So, these are the headers I use. They're the extra height headers from Adafruit. And sometimes Core Electronics have them in stock, so I buy them here. But this is the last one I've got, and they don't have any, well, last time I looked, they don't have any in stock. So I use the double height headers because I need to have, if you look here, I need to have clearance. See, this is where the focus would be really nice. If it decides to focus, I need to have clearance for the Ethernet and the USB here. Yeah, that doesn't want to focus. Wow. So maybe I need to give it more light. Sorry, folks. It's just going to be technical difficulties all day today. Nope. Okay, anyway, I need clearance. You can see that it's there's some solder joints here. You can't see. Come on, camera. There's some solder joints just in here that are really close. And so I need that extra height, which means even with these headers, you can see here that they're not all the way in. Yeah, no, normally doesn't have an issue with the cutting mat. I think this is just the lighting in my room at the moment. It's not liking the reflection, the shiny bits, that's all, I don't know. So that's why I need that extra height. So I need these extra height headers. And if I can find some more, I'm happy to use them. I mean, they're like $6 each or $7 each. But I've only got the one, and that's a lot of pins to have to desolder. But I can do it if I have to. And no, I didn't forget to take attendance. Hey Shaq, I decided at the start I wasn't going to do the roll call because of the little, I don't watch AVE. Well, I've watched a couple of videos, or more than a couple. Okay, I've watched more than a couple, but I'm not subbed. I've already got too much stuff in my subscription list every day that I don't get to watch anyway. But I do occasionally check the channel and see what crazies are going on there. Yeah, the views, it's a bit polarizing. Yes, very polarizing. Could you unsolder it in a reflow oven? Ooh, I wouldn't want to put it in an... How would I get my hands into an oven and pull it apart in an oven? Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. So I need to paste this. I do have a stencil, obviously, because there's no way I was doing this one by hand. And I've not even checked the stencil. But I'm assuming it's going to be... Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Can you see the reflection? Bent stencils again from JLC. Here and here. Like, I get it's not a big deal, but they just don't... Yeah, anyway, okay. So, it's going to go that way. I'm going to have to put something down. Tape it down. Let's do that. Let's get this... I want to get it soldered up. I'm going to get it built. To start with everything other than the header, and then I'll decide, depending on how long it takes, I'll decide then if I'm going to put the header on or not. Now, the tricky thing, honestly, is going to be, I don't know where half these parts are. I don't know where that load switch here is, and I can't remember which one I used on that. I got a few. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to build. It's going to be a slow build. Always one. A Minecraft creeper. Yeah. It does. What? G-Bound is sub to 995 channels. Wow. I'm sub to about 100. And it's too much. How much are the stencils? The stencils are cheap. They're only $7. They're $7 for the stencil, but they also increase your shipping cost. But... yeah, they used to put them in with board on each side to protect them, but they don't now. And there's not even an option to tick. If there was an option to tick that says put them inside some of that board, that compressed cardboard, to keep them safe, and it was going to be an extra $5, I'd tick it. I'd do it. But yeah, see, you can, I don't know if you can see with the shadow or not, but like it's bowed now. Like it's floating in the air, which is not good for a stencil. Like the amount this is sticking up on the side here is more than the thickness of the stencil. It's just not great. Anyway, I need something to also show you. Now, I was going to originally use through-hole MCP 23017s because I've got some. But I ended up using the surface mount ones because, firstly, these are massive. And to put two of them on with through hole, I don't think I would have had enough space. It would have been a disaster to route. So I ended up going for the surface mount, but I did have some ready to go. So I do have a Pi for this. If you guys remember, ages ago I started working on a Pi and working on a library for the MCP. So I've got a Pi ready to go, and I might... Oh, there's the load. Okay, I found the load switch for here. Excellent. I have a feeling though that I stole my own, my SD card. Oh, I've got a new SD card. Oh no, wait. No, okay, I put it back in. Excellent. So I should have Raspbian on here, although it's now, obviously it's not upgraded yet. I do have one set of the tall headers, which are these ones, as you can see here, that match the header height, so the tall standoffs. So I've got everything I need for one test jig only. Maybe write the order comments that you like cardboard around the stencil. Yeah, maybe. I should ask. I don't know. I should. So yeah, I do have a Pi that I can test this with. Although, yeah, we'll see how we go. And a brand new power supply. I need some PCBs. Oh. I have some more news just quickly. I'm going to keep throwing more news in there. Yeah, James, if it's a large stencil, if it's over 150 by 150, they will put board on each side and send it as a large thing. But they also charge you, 10, 15 US dollars more for shipping for that, on top of the price of the stencil. If you order a stencil that's 150 by 150 or less, it doesn't really affect your shipping cost, which is great, because we used to get charged for a 1 kilogram stencil for a stencil this size, right? But the downside is they used to put them with small bits of card, and they don't now, and that's frustrating. So I have some news. Alvaro. Wow, that was bad. Mauser Electronics has some stackable headers. Yeah, I don't particularly want to use... I mean, I could use stackable. I guess they're technically what these are. They're just... Yeah, anyway. So I've got some news about my reflow oven. I got a new board. They sent me a new controller board. This is the old controller board. So, thought I'd show you it all. So this runs the front panel. There's a spot for the display to go into here, which wraps around. And all of the thermocouples go into this and stuff. And then, yeah. So this replacement board fixed... There's 2 issues with my oven. This fixed one of the issues. Did not fix the other one. So I'm back still with an oven that I can't really use, my Neodin IN6. But they're working with me on it, which is great. So, yeah. I just thought I'd show you the board if you all wanted to see what the controller board looked like. I hope I don't get in trouble for that. There's nothing really proprietary on it. It's their own board, but, yeah. It's not like we're trolling through the firmware or anything. I'll put that away. Okay, so rather than cardboard, it appears to be drilling backboard. Yeah, that is compressed cardboard though. That drilling backboard is basically compressed card. LCSC have the stackable headers. Interesting. Do you think espressive boards can be used in production? You got to define what production means. As in, can you ship a product with an espressive board in it? Well, sure, you can ship a product with any board in it, but it's, you're still going to have to get your board certified, your product certified. So, I'm going to see if I can get this together. What's the plan for the Reflow Master Pro? It's planned to still be worked on. I've done a stack of software work on it, which is the only outstanding thing to be done. Where's my scissors? Lost my scissors. Anyone? One moment. Sorry, I'm a little unprepared today because I wasn't going to stream. They were in the garage. I remember Flynn was using them. Flynn was helping me unbox my... Oh yeah, I got my new air compressor for my pick and place. So that is in the garage. So he was helping me unpack that. And the scissors were left out there. So yeah, it's really just software that needs to be done. Like all the hardware is great. Plus I need this test jig for the nanos. So I've done Staxmore work on the software for the Reflow Master Pro, and it's looking really good. And stacks of optimization on the software to make the UI run really fast, considering it's running in MicroPython, so it's got that extra layer of slowdown. And I have made some progress on the design for the modifications I'm going to do to my new oven, but I've been kind of distracted with this whole pick and place stuff. And I've been distracted with my parts. Good distraction though. Okay, so really can't see where this is. This hang on, I'm going to take this microphone off my camera, which isn't being used right now. Now I can get my head closer. But I still can't really see properly. The lighting in here is no good for lining up a stencil. And information on your missing orders. So my missing order is still missing, but LCSC replaced it for me and it arrived yesterday. I mentioned that last week, right? So yeah, don't ever use SF Express, folks. I'm gonna diss them big time. So my order is still nowhere with SF Express, but LCSC stepped up and they did the right thing and they reshipped it to me. I paid for DHL and they reshipped it and it arrived yesterday, and I've got all the parts sitting here, and Yaz and I spent the evening last night making bags for Tiny Picos, which is always fun. That was sarcasm. Is my parts already close to the end of development? To the end? No, it's never going to be near the end of development, but it is. Well, hang on, give me 1 second. This is, I don't think this is lined up very well. I'm going to have to check it with, I don't know what with. Just hold on 1 sec. So my parts is very, very close. It's about to go into, very close to going into alpha testing. And alpha testing will be done with my patrons. And it's, yes, very close to alpha. It is actually so close to alpha that, bear with me 1 moment. Wow. No. Yes, no. No. Sorry. One moment. Yeah. Yep. I'm very unorganized. Okay, so it is so close that I've even started working on the front end website. Woohoo! I've done a lot more than this for the website, but it's blocked off right now because clearly it's not ready to go live, the whole thing, so I'm gonna just got a launching page. But yes, it's getting very close, which is really, really exciting. So yeah, I know that although there's a lot of people here interested in my parts, I know that most of you don't don't particularly like when I go through my parts on my stream, so that's okay. But yes, it's very, very close with a lot of really cool features coming. Hey Rob. That's cool. I'm also working, so I'll be very much in the background tonight as well. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to share that. So that's exciting. Like, yeah, a lot's been happening with my parts. I've been really focused on it. So, yeah, the reason I've been pushing hard with my parts is I know that once my pick and place arrives, I'm going to get distracted and I'm going to maybe feel like I'm abandoning it. I'm not abandoning it, you know what I mean? But my priorities are going to shift to building a lot of Tiny Picos. And so, because of that, okay, that is really not an aligned stencil. Bear with me, sorry. This is a lot of work for one stencil. I've switched my glasses, hang on. I'm sorry if you can see my head. I need to nail this just one time. I think that'll be good enough. I think that's good enough. I do have ESP32 feathers, S2 feathers. I haven't shipped any. I never got around to shipping to my wait list because of the shipping situation. So for those that don't know, well, I mean, you all know about the shipping situation, but even express post now from Australia to the US is gone from 2 to 3 weeks to 4 to 6 weeks. I sent a package to New Zealand the start of May, and it only just got to New Zealand a few days ago. It's still not delivered, and that was express post. So things are just so bad right now that I just don't want to ship anything. Okay, I've been distracted enough. Let me paste this up, and then I can take my time putting everything on while I talk, maybe. Okay. So yeah, I haven't shipped any. I've got, how many have I got? I think I've got 13 or 14 here. And I'm, yeah, I mean, once my pick and place is here, I'll be able to make more, but only after Tiny Pico, all my Tiny Picos. Is Victoria still in lockdown? I saw Aussies only had 19 deaths or something like that. They've been opening up our restrictions, which is good. Cafes are open. I think limit of 10 people in a cafe. It's, yeah. They're definitely easing restrictions, which is great. My kids went back to school yesterday. Oh my God. It was just so quiet in my house. I didn't even know what to do with myself. So I'm just getting my paste ready. This is really not exciting. So, yeah, restrictions are easing, and our case numbers are going up a little bit, but that's was expected. But our medical system can deal with that now, which is good. Your face looks a tad purple. So not natural color. Yeah, there's something wrong with, yeah, I don't know. I mentioned at the start of the stream there was something weird with the camera. I don't know what's going on with that. I did restart my computer before the stream, but I don't know, maybe I lost some camera settings. I'm not sure. Okay. This will be interesting, I hope. You know what I didn't do? I didn't tape down the other side of the board. You have to do multiple passes just to get this USB, I think. Not my best, again, not my best stenciling, but it's okay. It's a one-off. I've got cool white light over here. It's and then the yellow light from there. It's still dark outside. Once the light kicks in, or darkish, once the sun comes out a bit, it'll be a bit different. That's okay. Okay, I'm just putting my paste back in my jar. Nothing really exciting. I do it over my bin now because I've noticed like bits of paste all over the place that gets flicked off when I do this, and then I stick my elbow in it or my hand in it, and I got paste schmidt all over my hand or my clothes. So I tend to now do all this over my bin. Emma said it looks like you're baking something, cake decorating. Well, blame the solder paste. You know what? It would probably turn out better as a cake. Who knows? Okay, so I hope this worked okay. Oh, not bad. Wow. A bit closer. Let me get the light out of the way. Can everyone see? Wow. Might need to get some more light in here. I don't know what's going on. Might have to get a, let me get a lamp. A lamp, you know what I mean. One of these things. Let me get one of these things. And we can get some more light, and then my focus should work. Aziz light. That's a lot of light. This just shows you how dark it was in here. Okay. And getting serious now. In the t-shirt. Wow, that's a lot of static. That's, my hair's all standing up when I took my top off. Okay, so can we focus now? That's better. So, yeah, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Kind of, maybe. No, it's not great. But I think it'll be good enough. And I can rework any of it that's not. Hang on. Let me switch my glasses. I'm not sure these MCPs have got enough paste. No, they don't. Okay, I'm going to scrap that one. I'm going to do that again. Wow. Sorry, folks. I should have taped down the stencil. That was my fault. And of course, I didn't put a side guide on, so now I'm going to have to realign the stencil again. Okay, this is going to be a long build today. I apologize in advance. I should have had more light before. Okay. Okay. Sorry. I'll clean that board off later. I can't see the chat with these glasses right now. Sorry. These are my, I'm getting old and my eyesight is failing me glasses. You will all own a pair of those soon. Okay, that's what I should have done the first time. Not that you can see what I just did. Sorry, I just stuck some more tape down. So the stencil won't move, so I can actually use two hands this time to paste it instead of one. Oh, oh the joy. Okay. Let's get some paste back on, which is basically just me doing this. Spread it, spread it, spread it. Just like icing. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, what am I doing? So, let's try that again. I probably should have done it vertically. Well, there's no right way and wrong way because of the pin orientation, but it'll be fine. Famous last words. Take two. Now I can use two hands to hold the stencil, and I can guide it better. Excellent. Okay, I think I'm going to leave the paste on the spatula right now, just until I get this out to see, in case I need to do it again. Okay, that one is dead center. Yes! Switch my glasses. What did I miss? I already wear one for the sun. What, the old man glasses? What do you do with your leftover paste? It goes straight back in the container. So if it's quick, there's no reason to throw it, because my paste is thermally stable, so there's no issue of it getting too warm or too cold or anything. It can go straight back in the container. Of course, if I leave it on the spatula for more than half an hour, I probably don't want to put it back in, but yeah. Something like this, nice and quick, it goes straight back in. Okay, good, excellent. I'm just going to, I'll clean this up later. I'm just going to pile it on my desk like I pile everything else and then forget that it's there and stick my elbow in it. Okay, so, board. We get closer, we can. I might actually see if I can bring my camera forward. Sorry if it goes bumpy, so I don't have to lean over so far. Let's see if we can get it straight. I don't want to trip anyone's OCD more than I have to. I've still got the camera in the way, gonna smack my head, but this is better, definitely better. Okay, so let's start putting this together. No special glasses are made to fit exactly around my eyes. Oh, okay. So if I've missed anything in chat. Okay. Doesn't look like anything for me specifically. That's fine. So I've got some USB connectors. Got some MCPs. I've got lots of MCPs because I used them on my I/O expander, which I still haven't shipped. I feel like everything's just gone out of whack. So I'm going to switch glasses again. I was just asking about my spatula. So what did you ask? I missed, Colin. What did you ask? Looking back. Okay. So OBS disconnected and then reconnected again. I like how OBS can do that. I don't understand why it needs to do that. It's something you picked up locally from the hardware store. Yeah, so I picked it up from the hardware store. Actually, I picked up a pack of them. I tried all sorts of things, but ended up finding a pack of different size spatulas. So this one and wide ones and smaller ones, and these are great. They're really, really good for solder paste because they've got a sharp edge, right? And they're flexible, but they're quite stiff. So the problem with metal ones is they can either be too flexible, and then you're not getting a good enough edge when you're pasting, or they're too stiff, and you need a little bit of flex for the paste. Otherwise, you just scrape it right off, and so that you end up pushing too hard. These are great, and it was like a bag was like $5. Cheapest ones I had there ended up being the best ones. So, yeah, okay. Cool. No, it may seem like a silly question, but the right tool for the job, is to say, always help. Absolutely. I mean, I've tried, I've used credit cards and I've used all sorts of things. I've got, things like this, which I've used that are, they're kind of okay, but they don't have a sharp edge. Oh, here we go with the focus again. They don't have a sharp, they're a square edge, so you don't get, it's not really nice, and they're hard to grip. So, yeah, I've got a pile. I've got a shelf with all sorts of different spatulas on there, and I've tried all sorts of different ones. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to start doing this. I don't even know where my tweezers are. On a scale between 0 and 100 of being prepared today, I'm sitting at around 2. Okay, so let's put these on first. I don't know why. I've got them out, so I might as well put them on. Hope everyone can see what I'm doing. It's 1. The white line designates pin number 1. I don't know why I did that on the footprint, but I did. I should probably bring up my schematic so I know what I'm putting down. Oh, my head. Let me just bring up the schematic. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay, I can't see with these glasses. Show me what I want, please. Okay, so these are all 10Ks. Just put the 5.1s on. Is JTEX going? Catch you later. Okay, let's. We've got stuff everywhere. 5.1s. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, these are the voltage. I'm going to have to keep switching my glasses. This is going to be really frustrating. But anyway, so these are the voltage negotiation resistors. I am not orienting them all the same way. Sorry, folks. I can't even see the numbers on them this far away. I've not even picked up any USB-C to USB-C cables for this. I've actually got some really long ones, like proper Apple Thunderbolt 3 cables. I just need little short USB-C to USB-C. So, yeah, I wouldn't even be able to plug a daughter board into this anyway yet without a cable. Tap, 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 tap. Okay. Okay, where's that load switch? Do one white side up just to mess with them. No. I'm not going to do that. I think it's messing with them enough by having the numbers the wrong way around. Okay, can't get this out of the bag. So, I used this just because I've got a few of them left. The load switch here. These are the TP. Where are they? The TPS 2552s for the load switch here for the short detection and for turning the 5 volts on and off. But since then I've moved to the Sylogy chips, and I've got a whole bunch of Sylogy of the same thing, which are much cheaper that do everything I need. And so I'm going to use the Sylogy over here. But because I'm using the TPS on my previous boards anyway, I'm just going to keep and I've got a couple of them left. I'm just going to use that for now. If I can open them up. And from memory, there was no way of detecting, was it this chip? No way of detecting which way the pin 0 is. Pretty sure I'm still scarred from that. So I might have to go and pull another one off, like pull off the acrylic off my tester to be able to see which orientation is which. I'm pretty sure it was based on the writing. Okay, it's going to be interesting. But I can't see from here because the clamp's in the way. That sucks. And I can't see with these glasses. I might have to put it under my scope. But everything is in front of my scope right now. I have to clear some desk space off maybe. Oh no, I've got a bit of room. Okay, can't use those glasses with my scope. So, that's right, there was 3 dashes on one side and 2 dashes on the other side. And I can't remember which orientation it was. Time for varifocals. No, I don't know. No, I can't use them. The switching Yeah. No. Like when I'm sitting like this, I use the full range of my glasses up and down. Like if they were switching, that would be really bad. If I had to keep moving my head like this to work out where I can look through, that would really frustrate me. I think it goes this way. I guess we'll find out. I could always take it off and change it. Okay, I need a whole bunch of 10k resistors. So I did them all 0805s, except for these little guys here. For the USB, because I've only got, I don't have any 5.1s in 0805, only 0603 and 0402. But everything else I did in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need a stack of these, by the way. I did all of them in 0805, which are massive. Look how big they are. Holy moly. I could do these without any glasses. So these are the address lines. So on this chip they're all being pulled low, and on this second chip this one is being pulled high and the other two are low. There are 3 address pins. Okay, now I know that I also need over here 1, 2, 3, I think 4. Actually, no. Need, well, I don't know how many we're going to need. So these are the I2C pull-ups. I'm going to use 10k. And I'm pretty sure I need one over here for the switch. For that switch. Where else do I need 10Ks? That's a good question. 1206. No, I'm not doing 1206. I'm not that crazy. Oops. Okay, so I know that's a 10K. And what are these ones? No, that's the voltage divider. And I know that's a 10K. And I think that's a 10K. Lots of 10Ks. I can grab it. So this one here is a 10K. Is that not on my screen? Sorry. I don't think I'm going to have enough 10Ks and I have to go to the reel and grab some more for reel. Is that, no, it's not on camera, sorry. It's a problem with zooming in close. Okay, that's a 10K. And I can't remember what I used for the, this is an RGB LED, a through-hole RGB LED. I can't remember what values I used for those. I think maybe it might have just been some 300s. So, some 330s. I'm going to stick some 330s on there. I mean, I should be picking the right values for each color. I know, but that's okay. It's just a test jig. Now the only reason I'm using through hole here and not like an addressable or even a non-addressable but surface mount is because it needs to stick up outside the board. As you can see, maybe here. So if it was down on the board, it would be much harder to see. So that's why I used that. Remember, this was being built originally for use for a CM in China. So that's why I made some of these decisions. Okay, I need some caps. Some of those, and I need one of those. Am I missing anything in chat? No. If you need my attention, don't forget, just at me. Most of you know that anyway. Okay, 0.1 microfarad caps. I need a few of you, but can't remember how many. And one here. Turn over. And one here. Okay, and I know there's a 10 microfarad cap. I need over here. So what's funny is I don't have an oven plugged in right now. Just occurred to me. Wow, I can't get that straight. That's terrible. I don't have an oven plugged in. So I'm gonna have to do that before I reflow. Okay, I need an NBR 120, and so I need a diode, and I need. Really can't see with these glasses on, folks. I need a. Where am I? Okay. I think my transistors are on the floor. Wow. This is not a great way to keep tape. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Like that. That's, you go to pull some of it out and it goes flying everywhere. I should re-reel them. Okay, it's just a flyback diode on the buzzer. Assuming the buzzer even works. Okay, I need a transistor. Just checking the stream's even working. And what value did I stick on the base? So 1.2. Okay, there's a 1.2. Two on the base. Let me just get a transistor. I thought I had some in a drawer, but I don't. And when I say they're on the floor, I mean that they're on a reel on the floor in a tub, not actually on the floor. Oh, no, not that one. That's a new reel. Here's another reel on the floor in a tub. What happened, Johnny? What's going on? You got your tax return back. How could you hate your life? So I just need one of these, and you watch, 10 are going to fall out. No. Okay. My office right now is really in a shambles, I have to say. I've been ignoring everything working on my parts. Okay, what have I missed in chat? Deployed a new version before the summer and it was screwed up. Whoops. I have a whiteboard next to me with resistor values for each type of LED I use written on it. Yeah, that's clever. I mean, it makes sense for you because you've got so many LEDs all over your CPU boards, but like for me, it doesn't really matter if if my red's a little bit brighter than my blue or my green, it's really not going to make any difference for me on this, as long as I can show a different color. What was I just doing? Just got distracted. Ooh, light pipes. Light pipes. Okay, I've got all odd values of resistors to stick on here now. I need a 1K and a 2K. This is for the voltage divider to detect the 5 volts is working. And of course the Raspberry Pi is only 3 volt tolerant. 3.3 volt tolerant for the I/O. So my sense pin needs to go through a voltage divider, which is up here. Okay, I need to switch my glasses again so I can actually see what I'm doing. So that's a 1K and this is a 2K. And in this particular case, I don't care if they suck a lot of current, because yeah, it doesn't really matter. Okay, I need to work out what all these ones are. Okay. Ooh, it's a 45. It's a 100. And that's a 0.1. I have some 0.1s. Oh, I just found a 0.1. Got it, found it. Okay, that's, I need a 100. And a 45. 45.3. So the 45.3 is used to tell this load switch what the cutoff current is, maximum cutoff current. And I can't remember exactly what this 45.3 sets it to. I think it's somewhere between 700 milliamps and 1 amp, I think. But I could be mistaken. And 100 goes here. Right, yep. Is that for me? Slot Jasco, do you have a conduction reflow oven? I have 2 toaster ovens, one of them still being assembled. I have a T962A and I've got a Neoden IN6 conveyor oven, which is currently being worked on due to a bug. So yeah, I've got all sorts of different ovens I work with, but all of my production stuff is, I plan to move over to my IN6 once I get that up and running properly. Okay, that's a 0.1 and 100K. We're almost there, folks. Almost there. I've got to find my Sylogy. I bet you Bet you I haven't marked where it is in my parts. That'd suck. Okay, I think that's a 10. And oh, 5K1, and I don't. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, I need a 10. Almost there. Sorry, this has been a long build. Oh, I do have 5K1s in 0805. Well, there you go. Wonder when I got those. I don't recall. So I could have done. Hang on. I could have done 0805s over here, as it happens, but anyway. Okay, so I need a JST connector, I need a buzzer, and I need to find my Sylogy, but I gotta remember which one I used. Uh, 6280. My 6280. Okay, let me see if I can. Let me go to my parts. Okay, probably won't be able to find it. As in, I probably won't have set up stock for it. So, I've added some new features. 6280, the AAC I have. Yeah, I've not set up any stock for it. Oh, that's gonna suck. So I wonder where it is. Did you already finish the second toaster? Is the first one back together? The first one's back together. I have not finished the second toaster because requires a Reflow Master Pro. I've done some design work in Fusion, but I haven't actually finished that off. So folks, if anyone's asking me questions, add Unexpected Maker so I can see it, because while I'm working and the chat goes past, I don't know what's for me and what's not for me. Okay. For those that didn't see that, so I know that my chat's here. I just needed to move it out of the way. I've added wildcard searching. So if I type in anything with an asterisk and hit enter, it finds me stuff based on part name, which is really cool. So what I did then was I'm looking for my Sylogy, so I just went SY star, and these are the 3 different load switches I have, and this is the one I want, or either of these 2 will work, but I haven't marked where I put them because I haven't loaded them into stock, and that's annoying. My parts is written in Python with Django. Oh, no, boy. I think I know where they are. I'm pretty sure they are in this one or this one. I hope they're either in this one or this one. Wildcard is old hat. Wildcards should be assumed. No, wildcards should absolutely not be assumed. 100% not, cable tie. Hi, by the way. Because in this particular case, that field, when you don't put a wildcard, has a completely different use. Sorry, just bear with me. I'm just going through boxes of stuff looking for my... No, it's not those ones, so it would be my other ones. Or specify using... No, I'm not supporting people typing in regex into that. Yeah, no. I don't agree that that should be a regex field. Sorry. Okay, well, it's not in that one. Not in that one. Okay, so maybe it's in a third one. Sorry about this. I did say I was unprepared. I never lie. Of course, it'll be in this one. It's just running off a SQLite database, which here we go. Got them. I found them. So what we should do right now is just interesting. So why don't I have them? Whoops. If you're getting any buffering, just refresh the browser. You were never a Boy Scout. Oh, I was a Boy Scout actually, but tub. Oh, I'm gonna be careful here. Yeah, actually no, I don't want to do that. That's going to give away too much. Okay, not to worry. Okay, yeah, I don't want to give away. I don't want to give away what project box these were sitting in, because it's still something that I haven't shared with everyone. And I will. I definitely will. But not yet. So that, yeah, that field is, so that wildcard searching, I only put in, like, Monday morning. It wasn't even something I was going to ship. And I'll probably keep it now because it's been useful a couple of times to me. But that field has got a completely different purpose. Okay, so let's get this on. Switch my glasses again. Long refresh, sorting it. A long refresh. Can you do that? Can you say, hey browser, can you refresh my page, but take your time? Okay, so just a JST. So the reason my office is in such a mess right now in terms of where everything is because I'm preparing for a tiny Pico production. And so everything I need for that is around me. And everything else has gone to hell. So, yeah, that's why it seems like I'm a bit all over the shop with where everything is. But buzzer. A buzzer. Mr. Buzzer, where are you? Buzzer, 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 buzzer. Now, a bit worried about these magnetic buzzers. They have a history of failing on me, it seems. Okay, so is that everything? Double check, triple check. Everything is on there. I hope that's the right way around. Okay, I need to put this in the oven, which means I need to plug the oven in. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, so the oven, I just plugged it in, and I just actually started the oven, and I'll stop it in a second because it's probably about 0 degrees in my garage right now. So I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to put this in the oven and reflow it. Back in a second. Okay. Let me just tidy up a bit while that happens. Let me switch cameras. Okay. So now it's super light in here. And now I don't look so purple. Not so purple anyway. Put these away before I forget. So, do you have a special temperature ramp that you run for the reflow? Yes, absolutely I do. I've got different profile ramps for different, depending on which paste I'm using. Whether it's a low temp paste or my high temp. And of course every oven has a different profile depending on the paste, depending on the oven. So, and tuning those profiles takes quite a bit of effort and time, unfortunately. Are you going to do a mailbag sound with your feeders? Yeah, I thought I might open a box of feeders. I've not looked inside them yet. Totally unopened. So if folks want to see a feeder mailbag, sure. Well, at least I'll open one box and pull one feeder out. I don't want to pull everything out right now because I've got no place to stick it all. So I'm just waiting on a customs clearance for my pick and place, and then I'll have it. Open a box already. Okay, I will. Sorry, I'm just cleaning these off. So I hate not cleaning my tools, what's the word? You know what I mean. And then I forget, and then they sit there for a day. And again, I stick my hand in it. Okay, that goes there. I still have to clean off the stencil, but I'll do that in a moment. And my coffee's gone cold. Cold coffee, folks. Cable Tie and I don't know each other personally, but we have chatted off stream, and maybe we'll catch up for a coffee one day. That'd be good. If I did that, went to my garage, I would trip over the rubbish and drop the board. Yeah, my garage is a bit of a disaster zone right now as well, but oh no, see, okay, I didn't wipe this board down. Oh, I'll do it later. Fine, I'll clean it up later. What a mess. Okay, so let me just check the oven. Yep, seems to be going okay. So there are big boxes, like, when I say big, like this, that are quite heavy. And there were 3 of those. And then there were some of these that are a bit lighter and smaller. And so, let me just move my camera. Maybe you'll be able to see a bit better. Sorry for the groin shot. Okay, so I'm assuming that I hope everyone can hear me okay. I'll talk louder. I'm assuming that the 8mm feeders, which I bought the most of, are in these 3 boxes. And then the 12, 16 and 24 are in these ones. So do we want to see, what size feeder do we want to see? Hey Eric, how you doing? Eric likes mailbags. We all like mailbags, especially when someone else is spending the money. Can we watch the mailbag whilst the switch upgrades? Sure. So what do we want to... all? No, I'm not going to open them all. As I've got no place to put them all, as I said. I don't want to... Okay, well... I don't know which way is the up on this. Okay, let's do one of the boxes. We'll do one of these. I think these are the 8mm feeders. And I don't know if they're... So I've got 2 types of 8mm feeders. I've got ones that are standard 8mm tape for a 4mm pitch. So that would be 0603 or 0805 and anything else that fits on an 8mm feeder. And then I've got... Oh, that's the oven. And then I've got a whole bunch of 8mm feeders that are, yes, I was correct, 2mm pitch. And they are for 0402s. And you have to use those specific feeders for 0402s. Open the top box. Don't burn my lunch. I hate crispy PCBs. Back in a second. That's a little warm. Now, okay, let's just switch. Okay, there it is, out of the oven. Where's my chair gone? Okay, we're just taking a break on the mailbag just for a second. Oh, I'm gonna go close my garage door. It's freezing. All the cold air's coming in. Put my jacket back on in a second. Okay, so reflow, let's get closer. How close can I get? Look at that. Pretty good. No bridges, not that I can see. I'm looking through the camera, obviously, just like everyone else is. Hey, Alan. All the through holes got blocked. What? No, that's just a label behind. That's funny. Yeah, it looks like they've been soldered. But no, that's the label behind. See? Yeah. Very deceiving, that is, the label. Let me... where's one that doesn't have a label on it? There we go. Well, now they look like they're all filled. Yeah, I don't know why the chat's slow. It's on low latency, ultra low latency. Yeah, there is something wrong. Live chat is slow. Could just be YouTube playing up, folks. It's quite possible. Sorry. Paul's watching this message. Yeah, no bridges. It looks good. That's pretty. I'm happy with that. Nice shiny solder joints. Just checking the USB connectors. They all look good. Yeah, okay. Bacon, yum. Okay, so Mailbag. Let's get back to the mailbag. The other thing I should also mention, it's not my fault. Everything's my fault. In my house, everything's my fault. The other thing I need to mention is I am not doing a super long stream today because I need to go to a meeting this morning. Do you find the USB connectors are strong on the board? Yeah, they've got... Hang on. No. That one. They've got 4 peg legs each. So yeah, they're strong. They're good. I mean, you know, I guess with any connector, if you up and down, you're gonna wreck it. But yeah, no issues so far. Everything's Johnny's fault. No, everything's my fault. Yeah, so even in Alan's house, everything's my fault. If you got to go, Rob, go do some work. That's all cool. Okay, so let's have a look. So yeah, I was right that there. Oh, let me show you if you can see. There's a whole bunch of 8mm feeders. Let's take one out. Okay. Well, I don't know what the model number is. Nicely packaged. Very nicely packaged. Okay, so this is... So these are pneumatic feeders, not electric feeders. Okay, I don't even know how I'm going to show it to you all. So this is an 8mm pneumatic feeder, and this action here advances the tape, but obviously that's not on the machine. That doesn't get used. When it's on the machine, it uses the pneumatics, and you can hear it like go as it grabs and then pushes through. And so the reels sit in here. They don't sit on a peg. They kind of sit in this catchment just here. And pneumatics, but with a P. And feeds through here, into here, and then the pull tape comes off and down, and the pull tape comes into this section here. So you pull that apart, and the pull tape comes through this and down, and so this feeds the pull tape down and out of the way. Cool. So what's good about these pneumatic feeders is that they're based off the Yamaha standard, the Yamaha CL feeder, and so it's like an industry standard. If in the future I move to a new pick and place machine, oh the drama, then a lot of the bigger pick and place machines, a lot of them are also compatible with CL feeders. So, for instance, if I ever move to a Neoden 8, if Neoden will ever sell me a pick and place again, their Neoden 8 takes both digital and CL feeders. So I don't have to go buy all my feeders again. Okay, so that's an 8mm feeder. I'm curious to know though, so we put this back in, assuming I have to get this back in, I'm very curious to know if the larger feeders support larger reels. That's one thing that the S1 didn't do. Okay, I'm just going to put this back away. So for instance, my antennas come on a large reel. So if a large feeder doesn't support this reel, I need some way of holding the reel. Preferably I don't want to make a stand that sits on the floor if I can avoid it. Can't smaller reels fall out? No, it had a catchment on the bottom. There was a place that the reel actually sat in. So I want to see what's in. I want to see if I can find a large reel. Doesn't say what's in each box. I'm going to open one more. Okay? One more. Why are the holes of the pin header not at the same level? Was that done to solder them better? Oh, you mean the staggered pins? Yeah, it means that when you put the pins in, when you put the header in, they just hang there. They don't fall out. See you, Dave. Thanks for joining. Have a good sleep. I don't know where this box opens. They've packaged them quite well, I have to say. So when my DXL guy rocked up yesterday, he asked me to open the driveway gate, and he actually backed into my garage, all the way to the garage to handle, because I had a whole bunch of boxes, not just these. Okay, they look like 12mm. So they're not the droids I was looking for. Maybe this one. No, they look like 16s, I think. Whoa. Here we go. Lucky last box. I can open it. It's stuck on something. Maybe this one. So folks, I'm going to have to pull the rest of the packaging off, I think. Oh, they're taped together. That's clever. Can't believe I'm doing this on a stream. Sorry. Okay. So these are the 24mm feeders. You can also do 32, but I don't have any 32s. Wow. Okay, awesome. That's exactly what I wanted to see. That is crazy. That is a 24mm feeder. So as you can see, really wide. That matches the 24mm, reels. But what it has is a reel holder. Except I need two hands. Okay, 1 second. That's what I was hoping for. You see that? It has a reel holder. It's huge. It is huge, and it's quite heavy. So it means that the reels can sit up and they don't have to sit on the floor. A real, yeah, it's a real one, not a fake one. So yeah, that's pretty full on. I don't even know where the pull tape goes. Jeez. That is crazy. Oh right, I think the pull tape... Yeah, I don't know. I'll work it out. But anyway, good. I'm glad. I'm glad that it supports the large reels, and then I don't have to worry about putting them on the floor. I've only got two 24s that I bought, because I've only got two reels of 24s right now. I've got my Pro-Ant, my Pro-Ant antennas for my Tiny Pico, and my USB-C connectors that I'm using also come on a 24mm reel. So yeah, these are the feeders for the Charm High Zero himself. So the same as what you're going to be getting. Although I don't know what sizes you got. That's a 24. Excellent. Okay, good. I'm happy about that. I was a bit worried. Okay, back. I was a bit worried that I was going to have to solve how the feeders were going to, how the reels were going to fit. I grabbed a bunch of the 8mm and 4 to 6 of the others. Yeah, I got 48 feeders here. So 2 24s, 4 16s, 6 12s, and the rest are a mix of the 2mm pitch and the 4mm pitch of the 8mm feeders. Yeah. So yeah, that's they're my feeders. So I'll probably pull them out of the boxes, but leave them in their individual boxes and just stack them up somewhere. I still haven't worked out where the Charm High is going to go, so I'm just going to move my camera. It's bad position. Reeling with excitement. That's so funny. Leaving the chat for a minute. See you all soon. See you, Brian. Yes, everyone here in this chat are awesome. Do you have just enough so all will be loaded on the pick and place? No, I've got spares. So there are 60 feeder slots on the pick and place machine, but 68mm feeder slots. But of course, a 24mm feeder takes, I think it's 2 or 3 slots. I don't know. Don't know yet. So there's only a number. As I put bigger or wider feeders on, it reduces the number of 8s. But I've got more feeders than the parts I need for Tiny Pico. I think I've got enough feeders for Tiny Pico, Pro S2 and Feather S2 production, where even if I have to switch feeders out, the parts I need will stay loaded on the feeders, right? So although I don't know how I'm going to store them yet, I need to build a storage rack. I'm sure they exist already. I'll have to do some research. I'm pretty sure Yamaha CL feeder racks already exist. But the idea is that, if I need to load up, 5.1K resistors for the Pro S2 and the Feather S2, I don't have to go and grab an 8mm reel and load the parts on. I'll already have a feeder set up with those parts already on there. What's the rough cost for an 8mm feeder? From Charm High, they use clone feeders, like they're not original Yamaha feeders. I had a really good chat with them about it. As far as they're concerned, the feeders are simple enough that cloning them doesn't make them in any way worse than the originals. Thanks, Brian. Really appreciate that, mate. So I think from them, they're around $50 US for an 8mm feeder. An original Yamaha 8mm feeder is about, I think, 120 or so US dollars. The issue is shipping. So all the feeders, they're not light. They're quite heavy. They're all metal. So shipping at the moment is crazy. Hey Jim F. It's really amazing that you wheels are in and you pick them. Yeah, well, hopefully the pick and place is I don't know, I spoke to TNT yesterday and they're going to chase down customs. There was some paperwork missing from customs that they needed, which got sent last week. And it should just be, you know, I have fees I need to pay. See you, Shaq. Go Starlink. Yeah, I've got fees I need to pay, and once I've paid them, like the next day I should get my pick and place, but customs haven't issued what I need to pay yet. Is that a gun from Fortnite? What, my feeder? It looks like it. Today's... Alan! What are you doing? I don't know if I can do lunch today, Alan. I've got a meeting to go to this morning. I'm not sure what time I'm going to be back. Probably not in time. Maybe tomorrow? Burgers tomorrow? That'd be good. Obviously, my shout, which is now your shout. Thanks. Okay, for tomorrow's burger. You're both so cool. Yeah, so yeah, the feeders aren't overly expensive. In comparison, the electric feeders for the S1 are about $140 US for an 8mm feeder. And like the 24mm feeders are really expensive, like $600 each or something. So, yeah. The air compressor will be installed inside or outside for noise. So I bought a silenced air compressor. So it's supposed to be under 50 decibels. We'll see. It's going to be... I'm probably going to have it in here for now while I get the Tiny Pico production done. But ideally it's going to be in the garage and I'll just run an air hose. But I don't know where the pick and place is going to sit yet. I'm still not sure how I'm going to get it through the door. And Alan's going to come over and help me try to get it through the door. So it's going to have to be tilted on an angle to get through the door, and I don't know if that's going to be possible. It's heavy. I don't think two of us are going to be able to hold it and twist it. I don't know why chat is laggy. Sorry, folks. It is marked as ultra low latency. It could just be YouTube. I'm really sorry. I got the T560 P4. So it's the largest they make in a desktop. They still call it a desktop pick and place machine. So yeah, but it's big. It's quite big. What about using compressor from old fridge? They are cheap and silent. Well, I don't have an old fridge and I don't have a way of connecting it. I've already got a compressor. I bought one. It arrived Friday. Yeah, on Friday. So 35 seconds is unusually long. Yes. It's not the worst. Is it buffering? Sorry, folks. There's nothing I can do on my side to stop that from happening. I wish there was. Right, and I need a compressor that's an oilless compressor. So, and as it is, Alan reckons I'm going to have to put some type of water thing in there to get the water out as well. But we'll see. YouTube got capacity. Well, not capacity for my stream, but who knows. How many Tiny Picos per hour do you estimate? I don't know. It's not a... I don't measure it in a per hour thing. Mark's posted a link. What has Mark posted a link of? He's looking at racks. I bet you it's a rack. Oh, no, it's not. Wow. Okay. I was expecting a rack picture for the Yamaha feeders, but instead, Mark just sent this. Yum. That is full on. See that? You can't eat that though. That looks awesome to look at, but how would you eat it? I have to say, I'm much more interested in burgers that you can actually eat than burgers that look like that. If I have to fight the burger to eat it, then it takes all the enjoyment out of a burger. Air dryer is what we used to get rid of the water. Alan's going to post a link. Okay, you can post a link, Alan. Hang on. I thought you were a moderator. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, that's burger. Like, you gotta. Yeah. Anyway, that looks yum. It does look yum, and that's making me quite hungry. But yeah. So I still need to put the through hole stuff on this, obviously, which I'm clearly not going to do on my stream now, because I'm running out of time. But yeah, the through hole. So I've got the RGB LED. I've got the header for the screen, the OLED. I don't even know if I've got an OLED left over. I've got two buttons to put on, and then I've got the headers, and I need to put headers for the daughter board to go in, and of course I haven't decided yet if I'm going to put male on this side or female on this side. One of those is waiting for you. If you come here, you can just compress it. I always pose the food. Okay. Did you pose that, did you? Okay. So, travel plans accepted. Mark? Whoop. My light just went off. Battery just died. Okay. That's a hint that I'm running out of time. Yeah, I don't know how many Tiny Pico... I don't do a per hour thing, but on my previous Charm High, I could... With difficulty, I could do 100 Tiny Picos a day. Around 100, or whatever that worked out to. So, hang on. Between 6 and 7 panels a day, I could do on the other one. I could probably... I should be able to double that, but I don't think I want to double it. I don't want to rush making them just because the pick and place is faster and it's got 4 heads. So yeah. Okay, Alan, put clothes on. Put pants on. How many panels could you do by your hand, just as a reference? So I was building Tiny Pico panels by hand a few weeks ago, which I'm not doing anymore. I can do 1 panel in just over 2 hours. Between 2 hours and 5 minutes and 2 hours and 15 minutes, depending on how much I'm fighting getting the parts out to build them. So 1 panel in, yeah, let's call it 2 hours. That's stressful, let me tell you, because there's 15 boards on a panel. And building, sitting there, and we're talking about solidly working, concentrating for 2 hours. Is my pick and place working? No, I don't have it yet. We'll hopefully have it this week. I've got my feeders, Andy. Oh, behind me, I was just showing before. Oh, wrong way, whatever. But pick and place is in customs in Melbourne, and I'm just waiting for it. So yeah, I stopped. I did. I think I did 5 panels by hand, and no more. Nah. Really sore wrist afterwards. Really sore neck. Really concentrating for 2 hours. So, excuse me. I don't want to do that anymore. And the truth is, I've got too many to make. Like, it doesn't make a dent. I mean, the only reason I built those panels is people had already ordered boards that I didn't have stock for. So I had no choice. I either had to refund them, like large orders. I had to refund them or I had to build them. So I built them. But yeah, then I shut down, if you look online, it says 0 stock for all my Tiny Picos. I'm not selling Tiny Picos, haven't been for a while. Because I didn't want to keep hand building them. There's nothing wrong with them hand built. I mean, they're perfect boards, but I just can't. Yeah. What was the first time? All of them. I mean, there's always a couple of parts on a board that need to be pushed back into place with a hot air gun because of the reflow process. Especially with 0402 and smaller parts. You know, things have to be pretty dead center. But on my current... No, that's not true. Anyway. So, yeah, but none of them need fixing. You know, every board, when it comes out of the oven, it goes under the microscope, and I'll look over every single board. And, you know, maybe out of 15 boards on a panel, I might have to shift 4 parts or 5 parts, maybe. You know, so with hand placement, it's interesting. A hand placement, you can get perfectly accurate placement every time, but what you don't get by hand is the ability to push the part into the paste really well, right? So a pick and place machine pushes the part in, squishes it down into the paste so the paste spreads around it. With hand placing, when you do that, like because you're holding with tweezers, there's only so far you can push, and you got to be really careful because you can push and smudge. And if you push and smudge and scrape the paste off the pads, even if you push the part back on, you're pretty much guaranteed you're going to have to rework that part. So use GPIO extension cables, then you can use a 40-pin header at both ends and make the cable for your custom link to fit the task. What are we talking about? Oh, you're talking about the headers for here? So I was experimenting with that. I was going to do something like that, and I bought a cable to do that. The problem is I don't want to have two separate pieces for the testing jig. So I still want it to be stacked like this is. And if it's going to be stacked, then getting a cable in there doesn't make a lot of sense. And it still works out cheaper to just do this, right? And technically, it's the wrong height for the headers, but technically, you know, I could, oops. I mean, these are the wrong headers, but there's no reason why I couldn't take two female headers like this, if they were the right headers. These pins are too short, but like you can get longer pin headers. Like I could always stack something like this. The problem with that is it's actually the wrong height. Getting headers that stack like this that actually give me the correct height, I didn't find anything. So that's why they make these specifically. Does the new pick and place do paste as well? Oh, no, it does not. Wow, wouldn't that be awesome? I was looking at pick and places that can do paste dispensing as well, like proper, like 0402 and lower paste dispensing. I don't have $190,000 spare. Sorry. They are expensive pick and place machines. I agree with Johnny. A vacuum pen with foot switch works nicely for manual placement. Yeah, no, not for the stuff I'm doing. Honestly, I've got a hand suction with a foot pedal. I'm 10 times faster with tweezers than I am with the suction. And the suction isn't great when you're looking at 0402 parts. It's not good. Yeah. The suction you need to lift up an 0402 part and the suction you need to lift up a larger part. Like you constantly have to either switch your suction around all the time, or you have to keep switching between suction and tweezers anyway. I'm fast with the tweezers. The problem with the slowdown with building a panel by hand is getting the parts out. Like, I mean, I've said this before. At 0402, none of the parts are labelled. So you can't just stick out, you know, you can't just pull out a whole bunch of, you know, different value resistors and different value caps and put them all on because you don't know what they are anymore, right? For me, 10 seconds after I put them out on the thing, even if I put them in different piles, I'm going to forget what pile's what. And there's no way to identify them unless I pull the multimeter out to check them. So you're constantly doing, pull out one part, place them all, pull out another part, place them all, right? So for instance, if it's 0.1 microfarad caps, there are 3 on each board of a tiny pico and there are 15 on a board. So I need to pull out that many. So I got to count them all out, right? I don't want to pull out stacks more than I need. Where do I put all the loose ones? I don't want to waste them and throw them all out. 0603 is fine, yeah. With a suction for 0603, you can also lift 0805 and you could probably lift SOT 23 with no problem. But for 0402, whatever nozzle I actually got to work with that, which I don't have one, wouldn't be able to lift anything else. So, yeah, blame it on me. It's all me. That's okay. Yeah, so that's why I'm not using that. So Samtech do custom headers. Check them out. Yeah, but so do, I mean, as I said, I mean, Adafruit have these. I mean, and normally people in Melbourne or Australia stock these, so it's fine. And they might have them back in stock again. I don't know. Like the last time when I bought this one, it was the only one that Core Electronics had in stock, and so I just grabbed it with another order. They may have restocked by then. I could have ordered more from them, but it would have been that whole delay in them shipping them over. And at that time, I just needed the one. I was just, prototyping with that board. But I'm going to need, probably 2 or 3 more now. I'm probably going to end up building... If this works, this first revision, which, who knows, you'll have to wait and find out, then I'll build all 5 of them. Like, I'll even if I don't have 5 pie... I've only got 1 spare pie right now, but... if it works, I'll have 5 of these ready to go, which means I need another 4 headers. It's not a big deal. I'm happy to buy these ones. Ever use these? I've got loads and love them. I don't know what these are. I pay for YouTube Premium, so why isn't YouTube delivering a premium connection for me? I don't know, Johnny. Yeah, no, I don't like those, Mark. So Mark's talking about these. These little tubs that you join together to put all your parts in. Yeah, I'm not a fan of those. Me personally, I'd knock them. Like and digging into some of those holes to pull out 0402 parts is painful. That's why I built my my turntable. It's because then I can have the parts right next to me as I'm working. I just turn it around. I have the hole next to me, and then I turn it around and I can get access to my parts. With those things, if the part's in a connection further away, it becomes really hard to get to. Yeah, about a stencil jig I was talking about. Have you ever tried one of those? What were you talking about? Sorry, Zero himself. You want to tell me again what you were talking about? It's actually really hard to pick up 0402 parts with tweezers out of a little container. Like, there are stacks of miss pickups, right? You're trying to grab a part out, and because if you've got a whole bunch of parts in a pile that you're trying to grab, it actually gets quite hard. Like, again, part of the slowdown for me of building by hand is grabbing the part, even the part's out, grabbing the part, picking it up, and picking it up properly, so as you're moving it, you're not flicking it away. I can't tell you how many parts I flick across the room, stuck in the carpet. I lose them. I'll pull out 60, 100K resistors. I need 60, and I'll fling at least 2 of them across the room when I'm picking them up, because I'm in a hurry. I'm grab a part, put it down, grab a part, put it down, grab a part. Grab a part, flick, gone. Don't know where it is, and then I've got to go back to the tape and pull more out. It's yeah, it's a slow process. 1 part provided at a time based on a BOM and assembly order. Well, that's what I was building my automatic machine for. I never got around to finishing it. And then I bought a pick and place machine. So someone needed to invent some dispenser like a Pez that could put out 0402 part with each click. Yeah, that'd be cool. I got to show you guys something. Did I show you? Was it on another? Wait, okay, hang on 1 second. And then I gotta go soon. I really do have to go soon. But I want to see if I can find a video and show you. I'm sure I shared it with someone. I don't know who I shared it through. Was it on my... Oh, it was on my Discord. Hang on. So for those of you that aren't on my Discord, well, you should go on my Discord. You should join. I should even put an invite. Lots of cool people on my Discord. I mean, don't go there for me. Lots of cool people there. And chatting about all sorts of cool stuff. Sharing projects and helping each other. So there is my Discord link. If you're not already on it, you should join. But what I wanted to show you was... You guys are going to love this. Which Raspberry Pi do I use? These are all... I was using 3 B pluses, but now I'm buying... These are all 4s, but with 2 gig of RAM. I don't need more than 2 gig of RAM. So we were posting pick and place video. I don't like using the P word, so I won't use the P word. as in with the O and the R and the N. And so, no, I didn't post it there. Wow, you could join us on Patreon. Thanks, Mark. I wasn't going to post that one. I really want to show you this video. Hang on. I'm going to put a link to a video. You guys got to watch it. This is insane. It really, really is incredible. Incredible pick and place technology. Let me just find it. If I can. Where's the link? Ah, I think this is it. Yeah, here it is. Okay, copy, link, paste. Okay, you guys got to check this out. I'm not going to... Oh, actually... I don't want to get in trouble by doing it on my own... I'm not going to do it on my own video. Okay, I'm just going to put the link. Check out that video. That's all I'm going to say. If we're talking about 0402 and smaller parts dispensing, check out that video for a pretty crazy way of doing a pick and place part picking. That's all I'm going to say. It is crazy. Really, really crazy. Oh, I'll stick it on Discord as well. Yeah, I will. Okay, it's in Discord now as well. No, I'm not Rickrolling you. Seriously, I don't think so. Hang on. Oh, wait, I did have it on there. Wait. Right, it is on... John Oxer posted it on there. Okay, it is in my Discord as well. I just posted it again in the Discord. That's okay. No, I'm not Rickrolling. John Oxer posted this originally. That's where it came from. Okay. You gotta watch it. It is crazy. Yeah, Discord's a bit of a weird thing to get used to. Jerry, it takes some getting used to, but it's good. Catch you, Alan. I'm never going to give you up or let you down. Catch you, Alan. Yeah, it's incredible technology. I mean, lots of people have been working on features like this. Even for OpenPNP, some guys have been working on the ability to get something like that working. I just lost an important chat in Discord. Cuts off your history at a certain point. Yeah, it does. So does Slack, unless you pay. Actually, I didn't know Discord cuts off history. Maybe it does. Yeah, the incredible feeder. Incredible technology. The other, I mean, for those that aren't in my Discord, the other one, this is what I'd love. This would be either this machine or copy message link. This machine or one of this brand is SM Tech machines is what I'd really love. But it's not going to let me post the link. It gives me a Discord link. Hang on. This is another one to look at. The intro of the video is terrible, but we're talking about paste dispensing. Aaron, thanks, mate. You're very generous, buddy. Not just on my channel, on other people's streams as well. You really are. Thank you, Aaron. Really appreciate it. If ever I had disposable income, it's never going to happen, where I can just splurge on a pick and place machine, something like this is what I would get. I think. Yeah, check out that link. It's really awesome. Okay, and on that note, I think I'm going to wrap up. No, thank you, Aaron. We're going to go back around in circles. It's a lot of money, but the machine... Oh, wait, what are you talking about? Oh, right, and he's talking about Aaron. Aaron's saying, oh, they're talking about the pick and place machine. It's a lot of money. So that pick and place machine, for those that don't want to watch the link, not only does it do solder paste dispensing real time down to 01005 solder paste dispensing and placement of parts, but it also does glue dispensing. So you can dispense two different liquids, two different fluids, plus the pick and placing. So it can, like they show in a not this video, in a different video. Like in this video, they show building those round things where they put the screens on, but in a different video, they show how they lay the glue down first to hold that part in place. So, and they show that the glue, like the dispensing, has a really tall thing. Like it could actually go and place things inside grooves, inside holes. So, incredible. Like your whole assembly, like it does the solder pasting, puts glue down, puts all the parts down. The only thing it doesn't do is the reflow, which is incredible. Looks awesome. Does any company offer like a timeshare? A machine like that, a timeshare. I don't know. If I had a machine like that, I wouldn't share it with anyone. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't think so. The setup time on these machines are massive to do a job. That's the problem on any of those big machines. Okay, thank you all for joining, and once again, I'm just gonna say, don't be quiet. Use your voice. Stand up for what's right, and don't contribute to what's wrong. Kind of like car nuts drooling over hypercars. Yeah, kind of. Pick and place. I can watch pick and place videos all day. So there's something hypnotic about with the parts. It's just incredible. Okay, bye folks. Have a fantastic week. And hopefully I'll have some pick and place goodness for you all next week. Take care. Bye. Don't forget to like. Or not. Bye.